Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering fuego releases from Rosé, Pentagon, WOODZ, and Purple Kiss. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including big hit name change, and Kakao and Spotify settled their dispute. And finally, in State of the Nation, we debate the best weapon for a zombie apocalypse. So turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro! Hey, what's up everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 130, and we're recording on Monday, March 15th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Alright, no announcements this week. That's not to say that our show's not going to be jam-packed because we have the maximum amount of releases, but we are now at part 1 of SojuTalk episode 130, where we discuss those big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. Alright, big new releases. Let's start with the biggest one of the week. So on Friday, March 12th, we had Rosé's solo debut with On The Ground. So she is, of course, from YG. Debuted 2016 with Blackpink. And the last 3 releases she had with Blackpink were Lovesick Girls, Ice Cream, How You Like That, with 43 music show wins. All right.
Alrighty.
This song was one of the most anticipated songs in all of K-pop for many years. Well, at least 2 since Jennie's solo, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It's been a while. Here we
Were
are.
you underwhelmed, overwhelmed, or just whelmed by this song, Warren?
I was whelmed, you know?
Me too. I would agree with that.
Yeah. I wasn't like, oh, this is horrible. I wasn't like that. But like, I wasn't like, oh, Blackpink, mind blown. And that wasn't it either. I was like, you know, it happened. That was it. That was a little short. Okay. Guess that's it. That was my reaction.
So, okay, yeah. My reaction is, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If we're going to talk about the song On The Ground, specifically just this song, right?
Right.
No
Not the
context,
entire, right?
no hype, nothing. I think the song is fine. I enjoyed it. It's a nice vibe.
Okay.
That being said, when I layer in the other aspects of releasing K-pop, then I find it a little more sus. Let's say the first thing we have to, obviously, the thing that's very obvious about the song, completely in English. Interesting decision.
True.
there.
Yeah.
Right,
Did not expect
right.
that.
How do we feel about that?
I mean, it's clear what they're trying to do, right? With the marketing
Okay, yes.
strategy.
Fair.
You know?
Well, I think it makes sense too, though, right? Because Rosé is fluent. She speaks it. Grew up in Australia, so it makes sense as an artist too.
I guess I see it as a bit of a double-edged sword, as many things are.
Oh.
On one end, yes, you're lowering the entry barrier to K-pop by appealing to those that speak English. Lots of people speak English. Big brain move. Good job. However, I saw a lot of comments pointing out how a little cringy or shallow the lyrics and the themes of the song was.
On the ground.
Really?
You know, because she puts her narrative in as if she was self-made, and then she suddenly talks about having an ex-boyfriend. A little.
She could have.
I know, and people. I saw a couple Reddit comments saying that it was a little cringy, and I was like, it's not too far off from what I normally get with K-pop. Thinking about, like, you know, like. Because I listen to the songs and I understand what they're saying. And it's like, it's not really that different. So it's, you know.
There were a lot of comparisons between this song and a lot of Western pop songs.
Oh,
right?
boy.
Yeah. Some of the things that I saw, Louis Capaldi's Someone You Loved, I see that.
Yeah.
Other artists, people were saying Broods or Churches. I also saw a lot of people comparing this to like a Taylor Swift song.
Definitely what I was getting.
1989, T Swift.
Yeah.
Some people were
like-
saying Blank Space also. I saw some people comparing it to that.
Yeah.
A bit of like Avril Lavigne as well, especially like
Oh, really?
into her 2010s career,
Yep.
not her like 2000s
Some people
career.
were saying that. I did see that multiple times as well.
they? Okay.
The lead, the guy who got the lead production credit, right, is John Bellion. It sounds like his music too. If
Makes sense.
you've ever listened to him, it's very Western sounding. Let's just throw it out there, right?
It sounds like almost like typical like Western indie pop singer-songwriter, female solo artist kind of deal.
Acoustic X electronica, right? Essentially, is what we're getting here.
It's like one of those like girls that do guitar, songwrite, and then like they get picked up by a major label and they're doing pop now. Kind of sound, which
Taylor
was
Swift.
literally right. Literally 1989.
Here's some things I like though, right? Well, I like the chorus, but I felt like they should have made it more anthem-y, like a stadium song. I think that would have helped this out if there was more
I like the
dynamics
chorus.
there.
It's interesting.
I really liked the vocal crescendo towards the end when she went up with her notes. I thought like hit the high notes. I really like that. The music video, they spent so much money on this. Like,
Beautiful.
Did they hire Michael Bay to
Beautiful.
have explosions throughout this whole thing?
Big boy explosions only here.
Also, she looked lovely, but you know that's
Yes.
just
She looked
Rosé's
like a
always
pink
looking lovely.
flamingo near the end. What was she
Oh,
wearing?
that dress was really pretty.
I don't
It
know.
was-
That dress
yeah,
looked
in the
funky
flower
to me.
fields.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
the flower
Yeah.
field was my favorite shots of the
Yeah,
whole music
it was
video.
so beautiful.
When they raised her up, she looked like a goddess, bro.
Well, you know, I
Yeah.
liked that she was floating upwards. Like that was pretty cool. But like what she was wearing was a little funky.
I thought it was nice.
Here's the thing. I think that the song's fine. I enjoyed it, but just
Okay.
I don't think it lived up to the amount the hype and expectations I had with this. I do prefer the other song Gone more to this one, particularly.
I did listen to that one. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't listened to it yet.
You
I don't
should-
know. I feel like let's go back to what you said earlier a little bit because I feel like yes, it's a modern take on a bit of a dated sound. That's what I feel like here. But however, I still feel like that doesn't really change the fact that it feels a bit out of touch. And it doesn't do that much for me, given that like we've already had a lot of songs, albums, artists dedicated to this style of music. And then thinking about the context a little bit, we have Rosé. One of the most hyped vocalists of the current generation.
True.
And they gave her this generic gas track. And I mean, that's a little underwhelming. Let's be honest here, you know?
I felt like there wasn't enough rosé sprinkled on this. I don't know.
And to be frank, the most memorable part was the drop, which I agree with you is very cool. It's very minimal, and like the mix was great. But like you know, it still falls into that like I'm an indie pop songwriter kind of deal, and I was like, okay. Come on, we had Rosé, this is YG, this is Blackpink, one of the greatest assets of the industry right now, and you're just giving us this, like something that sounds like a factory rushed out piece of music. Come on, we could do a little more here.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like with the solos, I kind of did expect each member of Blackpink to try something very non-Blackpink, but still somehow connected. I don't know. I think even though the song is not exactly what I would expect Blackpink to do, I can see it being produced and used for them. And I think maybe that's why I feel like it kind of still feels like it fits this solo concept that they're doing for all of them, because if I had to choose like, okay, there's this song and now we're going to place it with a member, it makes sense that it's Rosé for some reason to me, because I think it's a little bit more focused on the vocals, even though it's not showcasing them 100%, and I agree, but it's still more pop ballad-ish.
I'm gonna actually build off of what you said there, because I don't feel like this is too far off of what they do as Blackpink. Honestly, I feel like they could have ventured more. Like, come on, this is right. Like, how many genres of music are there?
A lot.
A lot. And they went from one side of pop to the other side of pop. Come on.
That being said, On the Ground reached #1 on iTunes top song charts in at least 51 regions, including the United States.
Wow.
Yes.
It set a Spotify 24-hour stream record for a Korean soloist with 3.2 million streams. And the song's music video gathered over 39 million views in the first 24 hours since its premiere. So it's doing very well, right? I think
catchy
it's
too.
number 2 on iChart right now, other than the monster that is rolling, which we'll talk about a little later.
I will admit I like this more than Solo.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a take. Okay.
Wow.
Because I guess it might be time, but like after a while, like the Solo drop was a little annoying. And I feel like I like the drop here a lot more.
Really, I still prefer Solo to this.
Okay.
That being said, we'll see you guys in 2023 with Lisa's Solo, and we'll see you in 2025 with Jisoo's Solo, right, guys?
Oh, man.
We'll finally have all
Hopefully
of them.
not.
One every 2 years.
All right, let's move to the next song. So on Monday today, we had 3 releases, but the first one was Purple Kiss's debut with, how do I pronounce this? Ponzona? Ponzona, yes.
Ponzona.
So they are from RBW, debuted obviously right now. They did have some pre-releases, specifically Can We Talk Again and My Heart Skip a Beat, with 0 music show-ins, obviously, because this is their debut. I felt like this was very similar to G-Idol's Oh My God, with a little bit of Mamamoo vocals thrown in.
Okay, let me elaborate on that a little bit. It felt like a G-Idol concept with a Mamamoo melody.
Completely agree.
And a Billie Eilish breakdown near the end.
100%. Dude, I literally wrote all of that here, too.
Okay!
Yeah.
Man, look at us, man. You and I. Friends again, you know?
I know. Clearly, they're going for like a dark, edgy-ish concept. The aesthetics is very similar to that Oh My God music video from G-Idol. Very overlapping there, I thought.
Yeah.
We got to see the debut of Nago-eun, who was from Produce 48.
Yeah,
she was she was like one of the low-key people that I liked. She's the center of this group, it seems. She had a lot of she was in the front a lot. She did great. Yeah. I think obviously with a lot of RBW groups, I think the strength is the vocals in this group. That being said, though, not my favorite song ever. Just felt like they could have done more with the dark concept.
It doesn't really help that like we've already had Satan worshiping content, in K-pop.
Okay.
I wouldn't watch it. I mean, I wouldn't watch this in front of like very strictly Christian, you get the idea here. And then the melody is like I'm getting again strong sense of Mr. RBW, Mr. Kim Do-hoon, and he's not a part of the credits here, but I'm that's where I'm going back to the Mamamoo melody-ish thing. It feels like I'm seeing a lot of elements. It's almost too clear which element is being pulled from where, and that kind of breaks the immersion.
They've been consistently dark concept through all the pre-releases too. So it seems like this is what they are going with. I guess that's what they want to do. I would like to see something new that only they can deliver on. At the moment, I don't have anything of that. Okay, Anita, how'd you feel about this one?
Well, I guess when I saw the music video and the concert they were going with, I definitely saw the dark vibes, but I got more of a witchy, dark magic type of vibe than just strictly what G-Idol was doing with Oh My God. Okay. But I don't know. I thought it was interesting that they came out with this for a debut, because I feel like it's been a while since a more, I guess, darker but not girl crush thing for a girl group came out. So I feel like it kind of stands out in my memory right now because there's not that many of that for debut right now. So I feel like they were going for something because of that, kind of standing out by using this sort of concept right away and not really building up to it. Definitely like the break at the end of the dance was
the Billie
really
Eilish
cool.
part. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even listen too much, pay attention to the sound, but like the choreo was really cool. I think the choreo fit with the concept because they do this neck thing in one of the shots, and I thought like, oh, this is very like almost Vogue type of move that fits with this dark thing. Very interesting. And of course, Cohen's voice is really nice. I think all of them also have a more like kind of deeper tone, like nothing really high.
Yep.
I think that's cool because they can do a lot of stuff with that. So I don't know. I thought it was an okay debut, not something that is like revolutionary, shocking, amazing, but I would pay attention to them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how they differentiate Purple Kiss from Mamamoo, because Mamamoo has also been trending more in a darker direction than what we typically see with them. We'll see how they traverse that specifically, because I think the debut was fine. Not the best thing in the world, but at the same time, I'm very intrigued by it. I do prefer the song. Which one of the two was it? Can We Talk Again? I prefer that one to this song. Just saying. So go check out that one. Their other pre-debut song. Overall, though, RBW, good vocalists, holds true with this one as well. Do you got anything else to say, Warren, before we move on?
not really.
All right, next song. Pentagon's Do or Not. So they are from Cube. Debuted 2016. Last 3 songs were Daisy, Basquiat, and Dr. Bebe with 1 music show win so far. Daisy. Okay, I still apologize for that one. really good song that at the time I didn't like. I still listen to that now, which is saying a lot for that song.
Interesting.
All right. Do or Not though is, I feel like, more of a callback to some of their older type of songs. Particularly Shine and Naughty Boy vibes for me. In terms of the quirkiness that we're getting from them. They started off with that doo-wop-y thing. I like that. I was like, okay, we're doing something
Band
interesting.
type.
Then it got more pop, and then I overall quirky with a little bit of hip hop thrown in.
Punk rock. That was a thing too.
Punk rock.
Yeah.
It felt kind of Fall Out Boy to me for some reason. Maybe it was the gym scene. I don't know. But
I can see that. No, yeah. I felt like it was almost like an update with a bit of a throwback to the bubble gum boy group sound with a bit of a depressing emo theme to it. Like,
Unrequited love, maybe.
I felt the percussion was more like a band percussion than a
I agree.
one as well.
It is definitely just inspired by like punk rock, pop rock, that kind of deal, right? Which is where I'm getting the 00's aesthetic a little bit, like. And I think that's where you're getting Fall Out Boy as well in the sound. That being said, I really don't like the whistling.
Oh,
really?
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was just annoying. Everything else was fine. That was just why do that? Why? I don't know why. Don't whistle. It's a law now. Don't whistle.
What?
Whistling is illegal in K-pop.
Do you not like Blackpink's Whistle?
That's a great song.
That's a great song.
Actually, that's like my only Blackpink song that I like.
Yeah, so shut up, dude. I felt like I felt this song was a bit refreshing. It's a bit of a change up from what we've been seeing from boy groups as of late. Clearly their own thing. I thought it was really fun. I liked the music video. I thought it kind of told like a cute story. I thought the acting was kind of on point. That being said, it was a little bit light, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it didn't feel like the stakes were that high, which I don't think they were going for anyway.
And Hui's in it too, but he's not promoting.
Hui's in this. His name's Jinho, right? Is that the other guy who's in the military?
Yeah, Jinho's in the military.
So they're both in the military, but Hui did appear in this, so they filmed this before he went. His vocals were really good again, Hui has great vocals. Yeah, like this song really fits the style of vocalist he is, particularly, and it really shined there. Overall, though, I just thought this was like a light, fun song. I kind of liked it from them.
Yeah, I really liked it.
What about you, Anita? Any other things you want to say about Do or Not?
No, I definitely agree with the band-like type of sound, especially in the verses. I think before it gets to the chorus, it's not as poppy. Or maybe it was the first verse that I heard, and I was like, oh, this sounds very... I could imagine like a light rock type of sound coming from this, like a band. And I like that. And I really also like the backup vocal scene that they do on the TV. I thought that was really fun. I don't know. It's a fun side of Pentagon that I like.
Yeah, they do have that in them too.
Yeah,
they've done it in the past.
It's fun. It's very light, and I don't actually like I like that a lot. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's not like trying to be the next. The only example I can think of is like Satan worshippers again, but like this, like it's fun. It's what it wants to be, like.
No, yeah, I kind of like this because it really sets them apart from everyone else. Because some of the other stuff they've done has been typical. Like Dr. Bebe was a very dark song, right?
Right.
I kind of like if they go this route because it's very different than what a lot of people are doing. Because even the rookie boy groups are trending dark. So if they're not doing dark, it sets them apart.
Goodness, yeah, everyone's doing dark. Let's stop doing dark. Let's do other things.
All right, let's move on to the last song for this week. We have WOODZ, Feel Like. So is he from Jellyfish? Do I have that right? I don't think he's from Jellyfish.
Did not know that.
I think that's wrong. I honestly think that's wrong.
Let me look that up while you go on.
Well, he debuted in 2014 with Unique, 2016 as a soloist, 2019 with X1. His last 3 songs were Bump Bump, Love Me Harder, and Meaningless, with 11 music show wins with X1.
And he is a part of, actually, not Jellyfish, but Yehua Entertainment.
Yehua, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we covered very, very from Jellyfish last week, and that served as the template. That's why it is.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
This was my favorite. This was my favorite song of the week.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
So okay. The the first thing I noticed is there's a bass riff going on throughout a lot of the song. It's
Guitar
similar
too.
to the recent Boa song Better. I thought if you listen to the two of them side by side,
Little
very similar
slower, yeah.
bass lines going on. It felt like there wasn't a ton going on in this song, but I still, specifically the chorus, there's not a ton going on, but I really like the vibes, the electric guitar riffs going on. I was really into that. And
Cool, very cool.
Yes, I like that too.
I also felt that his professional performance through this music video really helped out the song, because the song by itself doesn't have a super lot of stuff going on, but when you package in the performance aspect of it, I thought it was great. The combo of it.
I agree with that. The styling is also very nice.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
a lot.
You like his
Yeah.
cropped sweater? Is that what it is?
No.
Oh.
One thing that I've noticed, and I feel like, wow, I guess my opinion has changed, is that there's this trend of like very like not cowboy, but like Western style type of styling, where it's a lot of those like wide brimmed hats, kind of baggy clothing, but like button up type of shirts. A lot of male idols have been using that since last year, I think, in the fall. And I feel like when I saw it at the time, I think TXT was one of the first ones with, I think one of the members had that type of outfit. I was a little iffy on it. I was like, what are we doing with this? But it kind of fits. It fits now. It's a fashion statement.
So you like it when men dress as country musicians?
No, I think
Yes.
it's
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's more
That's
like-
Anita's thing.
Oh, I get it now.
it's like a take on the cowboy, I guess, stereotypical outfit.
Isn't
like
the
a
country
modern-
musician fashion inspired by cowboy musicians to begin with?
Yeah, but I think
Cowboy musician.
country.
It's the aesthetic. The aesthetic,
Yeah, it's
fam.
like it's like a reference to it. It's not exactly what you would find a country singer wearing.
Anita,
I don't
do you
think.
also enjoy Lil Nas X's fashion style?
I know, actually. No, I
Oh.
think his is a different interpretation of that.
Okay. He also likes wide brim hats. Just
He
putting that out
does.
there.
He does.
Yeah.
Yo, WOODZ though, he comes with the sexiness throughout like all of his stuff. That's like
Oh,
one
yeah.
of his main themes, I
That's
guess,
a thing.
right?
Right,
That's
right,
a thing,
right.
definitely for him.
Lots
Or-
of big male sexy soloists nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Oh,
recently.
What a shame I'm not of the target demographic.
Hey, I'm not in the target demographic, but I can respect it, dude.
Actually, you know what? There are a couple that, make me a little hot and bothered. Mr. Han. Whew. Man.
Yes.
Oh, I honestly, I mean, it's a sexy song. It's very sexy, and sure, there's not that much going on in the track to begin with, but I kind of like that.
I agree. Yep.
It was a step away from being way too overproduced, and instead it was just overproduced, which is both a compliment and a criticism. Given like, yes, there's not that much going on, but everything that is there is being too much within itself, over compression. Too much manipulation, that kind of deal. But that's okay. It's whatever. That being said, it's, I don't know, man. He doesn't make me super hot and bothered. So like, for me, it was a little boring. A little bit. I understand.
Honestly, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's fair.
I understand that he's going for sexy, and I agree that he did a good job of delivering sexy. But it doesn't do much for me because sadly I'm not attracted
So-
to the
He has done this guitar type stuff in other tracks as well.
Has
I
he?
kind of like that. I kind of like what he's doing there. It's very unique to him, I think.
I'm not too sure, to be frank, because I liked it a lot, and I liked it almost to the point where like that was my favorite thing about the track.
The
Other
guitar.
than like the guitar.
Yeah, which I mean, like, I feel like I'd want WOODZ to be the favorite thing I like about the track, but instead, it's
I see.
I see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Overall, though, I liked it. I think he's really interesting as a solo artist. We haven't covered any of his stuff before. This is the first one we're covering. I'm probably gonna have to go back and listen to some more WOODZ stuff because I enjoyed this thoroughly. Other releases this week, there was a lot, and a lot of them
man.
have like subcontext with it. So, first one, there's a group called Majors, had a debut from A&S Entertainment. They released 2 songs, Stronger and Spit It Out. It's interesting because A&S used to be a group, right? They disbanded. I think 5 out of the 7 girls are suing the company. The
Oh
other
my.
2 girls are in this group. something like that, right?
That is a mess.
Oh.
Yes, and then the next one is a group called Eyes. They had a song called "Say Yes," straight up debut. Straight up song. The next one was another debut called Azer from Howon University, called with their song "Elegante." It's literally like a K-pop program / club at their school, and they debuted a girl group through it.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
I should check that out.
Warren Anita, if you click the Howon University link in our thing, you could. There's I think the article about it.
Nice.
Next, Rain released a B-side called Magnetic featuring Jackson. Wavy had a song called Kickback.
Yeah,
Gravity released a B-side MV called Bad Habits. Ghost 9 released Soul, spelled like the city, not the thing in your heart. So you released Goodnight, My Love. And then Cypher had a debut called I Like You, and they are Rain's boy group. The interesting thing about that music video, he got his wife Kim Tae-hee to be in the music video.
Yes.
It's like, bro, how desperate are you, fam? She's at the end of the music video.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, Kim Tae-hee's a very famous actress who's married to Rain. She is like considered like for a big stretch the most pretty actress. Like that was like her title for a long time. I mean, she does look beautiful in it, but it's just funny that he threw his wife in the music video. Finally, well, not finally, but next we're at Spice King, you know? It's a segment where each week the crew will decide which new song reigns supreme. So we're going to evaluate our Soju chart in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. Songs that place number 1 will be declared Spice King. And songs that win Spice King 3 times will gain entry to the Hall of Spice, which has consequence this week because last week on episode 129, Sunmi's Tale picked up its second win.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yep.
Wowzers.
Second place was Wonho's Lose, and third place was Shiny's Don't Call Me. And new candidates, of course, are all the songs we covered this week. Rosés on the Ground, Purple Kisses, Ponzona, I don't know how we're going to pronounce that.
Ponzona.
Pentagon's Do or Not, and WOODZ Feel Like.
I interject.
Oh.
I have a proposal to make for episode 130 of SojuTalk.
Okay.
There is a song that is trending very heavily in the industry at the moment by the name of Rollin' by Brave Girls. I suggest we alter the rule, we bend the rule for episode 130 and consider it as a candidate, the 5th candidate for Soju Charts, episode 130. Given its immense amount of impact and influence over the culture and industry, memes, and my heart as well. Can
I explain though? So on March 12th, Brave Girls Rolling achieved the perfect all kill on iChart by placing number 1 on the qualified real-time daily and weekly charts of iChart, Melon, Bugs, Flow, Vibe, and Bugs? Did I say Bugs already? I don't know. Bugs. It is just the second perfect all kill of 2021 after IU Celebrity. Here's the thing. I also agree we should add it as a potential candidate to this week. Here's the thing, guys. All right, I know we're breaking our rule here that we normally just have the new candidates as songs that came out this week. But I think it's undeniable that if all of the Korean charts are willing to have this at number 1, maybe we should be allowed to include it on our chart as well. What about you, Anita?
Well, I'm not opposed to it because I do like the song. And it is quite catchy. I have listened to it quite a bit.
All right, let's if we're gonna bend the rules, let's bend it forever. If there is another super trending viral song, it will be available as a candidate for the chart as well because it is what is relevant at the moment.
I like that new rule.
Are we all down for that? Like if EXI's Up and Down happens again, we'll include it in that week whenever it goes super viral. We're cool?
Okay, all right.
All
right.
So
let me adjust my chart then real quick.
The first official amendment of the law of Spice King.
Okay. I'll go first then.
Okay.
The song that I have number 1 is Brave Girls Rolling.
Dude, that's
okay, if I'm to be honest, Sunmi's Tale, Wonho's Lose, Shiny's Don't Call Me, regardless of the new candidates this week, I was going to get rid of them. Because I think I'm done with all of those songs, right?
Okay.
So I was going to pick 3 songs out of the new candidates this week. So I want Brave Girls Rolling number 1, because I think it is better than the other 4 songs this week, for sure. Second place, what used to be first place for me is WOODZ Feel Like, is what I'm putting in second place now.
Wow.
And in third place, I'm going to put Rosés On the Ground.
Okay.
That is my chart this week.
All right. Man, I feel like we did Rosé a little bad one here by changing the rules last minute. But let me go second. Originally on third and now on fourth. I was going back and forth between Sunmi and WOODZ. I crossed their names out like 3 times each. I'm not still sure. That doesn't matter because they are now fourth. The new first place is Rollin' by Brave Girls.
Hey, let's go.
As I have, that was the reason I suggested this change. I needless to say, I am very excited about their career and their future prospects, as well as everything about them. Go short hair girl. Number two, I am shouting out Rosé and On the Ground. While I did poo-poo all over it, at the end of the day, it's a nice song.
It's a nice song, yeah.
I still enjoyed it overall. On third, on a twist of events, I am putting Do or Not by Pentagon.
Oh,
Pentagon.
nice. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
So there
Pentagon
you go.
was initially my third. It got moved to fourth, though.
Oh,
Just want to
that's
say
sad.
that.
I see.
So I have Brave Girls, Rosé, and Pentagon.
All right, Anita, hit us with your chart.
Well, things are gonna shift because I had a 3 and they were not from any of the candidates of last week, so I also was gonna flip the chart personally.
Okay.
Okay.
But with the amendment of the viral song,
Hey, let's go.
Rollin' is. There's a reason why it's a number 1. I think it's really catchy. Also, the story behind it, like guys, if you see a lot of the music shows that they're doing and like extra variety stuff that they've been doing, I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube. They're still so shocked that they're getting this much hype.
This is the best moment of their whole life.
Yeah.
Essentially, you can tell when they're on that stage
And
right now.
I don't know. I think it's really great when a group that was not very well known and actually is quite talented. I think their vocalists. Oh my god, their vocalists! I saw their live performance.
They're good.
So good.
They're good.
So Rollin' number 1. And I guess
everyone loves a comeback story. Shout out to Kim Kardashian.
Yes, a comeback story. So what would have been number 1 in my previous list, but it's now number 2, is Pentagon's Do or Not.
Pentagon. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I really liked
Good
it.
job.
The band vibes, the fun, almost like a what is it? Like a high school type of movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the music video. I like that.
Let's go.
So then
Let's go. American Defense.
third place, who used to be second place, is Rosé on the ground.
wow.
Rosé.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
Rosé.
I feel like the comparison that we were making might have sounded like we were criticizing it a ton, but to be honest, I don't think it's bad. The sound that she was going for, and like, yes, it's not something like absolutely new, but I think it's cool that she's trying it out. Also, I saw a live performance and she does a lot of floor work for her choreo, which makes a lot of sense given the title of the song, On the Ground. So I thought that was a cool
Just a
little
very
thing.
honestly, like lack of a better pun, it's a very grounded song. Like
Yeah, it's,
I don't know,
it's
it
solid.
fit the title well.
Only if it was a little more groundbreaking.
All right, shut up, we went too far.
I did want to say, like, what would have been third place, but it's actually fourth now. Would have been WOODZ. I wanted to shout out that in the music video, there's a sign that says, what was it? I think it's Portuguese, and it's Sinto como, I think, and it's basically like feels like. So I thought that was cool because I know that he has some history. Like he lived in Brazil at some point, so that's cool.
All right, so the Spice chart this week, the Soju chart, I mean. First place, Brave Girls is rolling with a perfect 9 points. Shout out to Brave Girls. I bet you none of y'all are going to expect that. Second place, we have Rosé's On the Ground with 4 points. And in third place, we have Pentagon's Do or Not with 3 points. So shout out to Brave Girls, If the hype train keeps going, they might get all of Spice in 2 weeks.
Honestly,
We'll see.
they've been the most excited about. I've been excited about a K-pop track in a while.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
it's like my most hype song of 2021 so far out of
Kind of,
everything
yeah.
I've
Yes,
listened
and
to.
with the summer vibes in this song,
Coming up.
it's coming up.
Also, quick shout outs to We Drive, their song from last year.
Yes,
it's
that's a
also
great
trending
song.
upwards. I think it's
Yay.
like number 3 on the ranks right now. Go check it out. Good track.
All right,
Yeah.
finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, so IU with Celebrity had 2 more wins on Music Bang and Show Music Core. So she has a total of 10 wins with this song. So congrats to her. Then we also had Shiny's Don't Call Me had 2 more wins on Show Champion and M Countdown. So their total is 6 total wins. And then ATEEZ's Fireworks had a win on the show. So congrats to them. And finally, Brave Girls Rollin' had their first win ever on Inkigayo. Yes.
It is
great.
the longest gap from debut to win a first win in K-pop history. And they won after 3,690 and 3,629 days, or nearly 10 years after their debut as a group.
Oh my goodness.
Just for reference, none of the current members were in the group when it debuted 10 years ago. So
That's true.
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
I think their current lineup debuted 6 years ago too, which is still a long time.
Yeah.
But we are now at the end of part 1 of Soju Talk episode 30. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of Soju Talk, episode 130, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. Alright, news and events. The first one, Big Hit name change. So, on March 10th, it was announced that Big Hit Entertainment will be changing their official company name to HYBE Corporation. After a shareholders meeting on March 30th. So this is not confirmed, but it's pretty much going to happen. So the name change marks Big Hit Entertainment's transformation from a music management agency to a comprehensive content company. Alongside music production, performance management, and internet business, HYBE Corporation will oversee real estate by renting out practice rooms and other spaces for their subsidiary companies and affiliates. The name change, though, only affects the top parent company, with all of the label and businesses remaining untouched. So let me go into that, right?
Okay.
If we think about Big Hit was at the top, right? The big umbrella. That's the name that's changing to HYBE Entertainment or HYBE Corporation. Let me get that right. So then there's two sides, pretty much the music side and the business side. So on the label side, the music side, everything's remaining the same. So Big Hit Entertainment will now be like a sub of HYBE. Right? And then you got Pledis, B-Lift, Source, and KOZ. So that's the music side of the company. And then on the business side, we have Big Hit 360, Big Hit IP, Superb, which is that game company, Big Hit Education, EDU, and then Weverse Company Incorporated, formerly known as just Weverse.
Interesting.
So they basically want to differentiate Big Hit Entertainment, the K-pop label, from the overall company. Like, they want to give it two separate names.
Feels like, reminds me of what Google did a couple of years ago. You know how sure we say the word Google, but the actual parent company of it is Alphabet. And under Alphabet is Google and a whole bunch of other sister companies. Makes sense on a business level. Kind of interesting. They want to be the big boys.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Are they going to change the name of their stocks? Because you're buying into the corporation. We'll have to see what happens. I don't think when you buy Google stocks, I think it is Alphabet stock, so it is like that. That being said, I think it makes sense on a business sense to separate Big Hit Entertainment from Big Hit Corporation, essentially. Now we're having HYBE Corporation. But at the same time, it's going to confuse some boomers in Korea, I believe, right? I think there's room. Also, I just don't like the name HYBE.
Oh, what's wrong with HYBE?
I don't like it. I don't know.
Why do you not like it?
Feels weird. I don't know how to put it.
Oh my goodness.
You like it? You like the name HYBE Corporation?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's too similar to hype.
Yeah, right?
Almost, yeah.
And they were like, let's hype ourselves up by using B for Big Hit instead of P. That's I don't know. That's probably not what they said. But I don't know. That's what I'm getting with this, which is, I don't dislike. It's kind of almost endearing.
Also, I'm not completely sure how you pronounce it. It might be HYBE or something like that.
Oh, it could be.
HYBE.
Is it? Are you
I
looking
don't
at-
know. I'm no, probably
So
not.
the way I'm saying it is just the way it looks, hype, right?
Yeah.
I could be wrong with that. Who knows?
Maybe it's Hibe.
It might be.
Hibe.
Who knows? That being said, it is really more signaling that we are a corporation now, not a purely K-pop company.
Yo.
Additionally, during the week, it was also reported that Big Hit will be moving to their new building in Yongsan during the month. The large office building will have 19 floors above ground and 7 sub-ground floors,
Wow.
with Big Hit's over 1,000 employees occupying all floors, and a
Wow.
reported annual rent said to be around 16 million USD.
Why not just buy the building?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if that article I read is saying that they don't own the building outright, or if that's the equivalent rent that
Oh,
they
okay.
would have to pay. I don't know which one it is. But just know, if you want to have a 26 floor building and rent the whole thing out, it's going to cost you $16 million a year in rent. Lastly, many believe that the move will also transform the surrounding area into a K-pop travel destination. They said so many people were buying up land near it to start restaurants and other businesses because people are going to want to go take pictures outside of it. Completely makes sense to me.
I'm a little reluctant on that, especially given how much they say stuff about that in Korea and it never works out. And given how the real estate market in Korea is kind of
Here's the thing. I believe there's going to be a merch store on floor 1, which
Sure.
will allow this type of thing to happen. Who knows how good it'll be for all the surrounding companies, but like it's definitely going to be a travel destination for sure, this building, for a lot of K-pop fans.
Also, one more thing, I did look it up. The correct pronunciation, according to Korean, is HYBE,
Hype.
Hype.
It is hype.
which is also how we pronounce hive, like a beehive.
Yeah.
So maybe they pulled that from there. They were like, we want to be a hive of
Yeah,
our
hive.
company.
Yeah, I kind
Wait,
of
you didn't figure that? Did you just figure that?
All right, I'm sorry for being
All right,
a dum-dum. Let's move
Lastly,
on.
not related to the business side, but it was reported that Aizo and Sakura will be joining Big Hit Entertainment and is
yeah.
expected to sign an exclusive contract soon. Big Hit stated nothing has been decided as of now with regards to Sakura joining Big Hit, but they did not deny the rumors. That's kind of
talking.
crazy.
They're
That's
talking.
crazy, right?
Wow.
What did you want to do there? Be a soloist?
I don't know.
Celebrity?
Like, I
Personality?
don't like. All right, I'm an IZ*ONE fan. I love me some Kura, right? Like,
Yeah.
she's great. Unless they're trying to expand Big Hit Japan or something,
Oh,
this
that could
feels like
happen.
that's what I think this might be.
Yeah.
Because she's popular, right? IZ*ONE's popular.
Mm.
Sakura's popular. Other than the thing she did with Kang Ho-dong, that one show she was on, she hasn't
Yeah.
done very much individual solo like entertainment stuff. Like Yena's the one who's been doing the most out of that, I believe. Interesting move. And maybe it is signaling that they might want to go into Japan more because she is very famous in Japan.
I will admit, I recall like very early on seeing like videos about how like the fandom around Sakura had changed from being primarily young to middle-aged men to a lot of K-pop woman fandom apparently, and it was breathing new life into her career apparently, along
That's
with
good.
IZ*ONE.
Yeah.
So who knows? I feel like you might be onto something, Doug, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure what they're gonna do with her in specific.
Hey, the fact
Yeah.
I think that like regardless of the news, it's so crazy that they didn't deny this. Like that's the thing that's
talking.
nutty.
Like-
They're definitely talking, right? It's crazy. All right, next one. Kakao and Spotify settle dispute. So Spotify has announced that it has reached an agreement with Kakao Entertainment, previously Kakao M, making their content available on the platform across the globe, including for the first time in South Korea. So they do have that in place as well.
Whoa.
The two companies had been in a bitter dispute that saw Kakao Entertainment, which owns Melon, remove the rights to hundreds of songs by its artists from Spotify after the licensing deal between the two companies had expired and they failed to reach a new one. It was reported that the uproar on social media from fans, labels, and the artists themselves led Kakao to return to the negotiating table with the terms not dramatically different from the original ones that were offered.
Jesus!
So Kakao M had to eat that L, right? Essentially.
They essentially these two companies had a big PP measuring contest.
Mm-hmm.
Turned out it wasn't that big. So they were like, I guess it's not that big.
I mean, turns out the Spotify's is bigger because they won this, right? Based on all reports, Kakao was the one who had to concede. Like, they had to give it up because people were really pissed off at them. I think the interesting thing about this news is that they also settled it in Korea. That's very significant because from what I understand, Apple has not been able to get the deal in Korea, but Spotify has been able to now. That says a lot about how big this was for them.
That being said, I'm glad I can finally, once again, listen to IU, Rocket Punch, XXX,
Yeah.
Kim Simya, which was a whole bunch of other people.
So-
Geary Boy.
I canceled my Spotify, right?
Are you going back then?
I am not going back. I'll explain why. So I don't really commute to work because I work at my parents' store now, right? We're in we're in the family business mode. The family business is like a 4-minute drive from here. So there's no commute time. So there's no time for me to just like listen to Spotify, right? Because when I used to have like an hour-long commute, yeah, Spotify's the way to go, right? Now, if I want to listen to music, I'll just pull up YouTube or something, right? And additionally, the funds that went to my Spotify Premium are now going to Crunchyroll, which I use so much more. I think I've used Crunchyroll like 30 hours in the past week or something, maybe a little less.
Jesus.
I've gotten so much more value, so that is where my money will lie. All right. Quick takes, though. BTS makes history as the first artist to top the IFPI's newly launched global album all format chart. So the IFPI is the International Federation of Phonographic Industry, and it is an organization that represents the recorded music industry worldwide, and it has added the all format chart to its existing global awards in order to celebrate the best-selling albums across all formats globally. So basically any type of album sale I think now counts towards this. And the top 5 for last year in 2020 consisted of, in number 1, BTS's Map of the Soul 7, number 2, The Weeknd's After Hours, number 3, Billie Eilish's When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? 4th place was BTS's B Deluxe Edition, and 5th place was Harry Styles' Fine Line. So it is up against the big players in the United States.
Yeah. Very
They had
nice.
2 albums in the
1
top
and
5.
4, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy, right? Like, if the list was just K-pop stuff, sure. But like The Weeknd, Billie Eilish, Harry Styles, like
Those are some of the biggest albums of 2020.
other people were like Post Malone was in the rest of the top 10. Like these are big names, and for them to be the number 1 like album across all formats,
Twice.
All right. MBC is reportedly working with producer Han, who formerly produced for Show Me the Money, Unpretty Rap Star, and Produce 101 and Twice's 16, in creating a new idol audition program set to air later this year around autumn.
Why?
What else can we do with this format?
Hey, I'm down for a survival show.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out, but
Hey, it's not on Mnet, it's on NBC, guys. You
true,
gotta trust.
true.
Is that better?
I don't, probably not, honestly.
I mean, I don't know. NBC.
Hey, but this guy did not get in trouble for the other shows. He did not get arrested, so we should trust him a little bit, I guess.
On the internet, there is a post I made about 8 years ago, poo-pooing all over Han Dong-chul because I
Really?
didn't like what he was doing on Show Me the Money.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, he has good credentials, though, regardless of how you feel about the products.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
pretty
like
popular
it.
shows.
Well, I don't like it.
All right, next one. SN Entertainment confirmed that Red Velvet's Wendy will be releasing a solo album next month in April.
Oh.
Album, not a single.
It's in like obviously very happy for Wendy that she's doing well now. It's interesting for Red Velvet though. Right?
Another wait. Yeah.
I had expected there would be a Red Velvet thing around this time. It seems like the Wendy recovery plus Irene stuff though didn't help that. I'm curious as to what happens to Red Velvet after this. Like when are they going to come back finally?
Summer.
If I can make a guess, I feel like they're not going to have a group thing for a while.
Really?
That's just a gut feeling. Given what SM has done with their artists in the past, just gut
Yeah.
feeling.
Also, they're focused on aespa a lot right now too. So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, in another SM news, this is a bit of an oof. So TVXQ's Yuno was investigated for violating social distancing regulations after it was reported that he met with his friends at a restaurant in Gangnam past the social distancing mandate of 10 p.m. He released a formal apology, which was fine. You know, sometimes we do bad things. But then SM had to deny reports that Yuno tried to flee from police and that his friends fought with the police when they showed up.
What?
So here's the allegations, right? The allegations are that he was at some kind of restaurant/bar, which was a little bit shady. Number one.
Okay.
It was illegal.
Yep. Number two, the allegations are that once police showed up, Yuno dipped, and that his friends basically made a scene so he can dip. That's what they're alleging.
Oh, a distraction.
The other argument on the other side that his friends that came out was that they're saying that it was 10 plainclothes policemen. So they were all like, who the hell are these guys? So they made a commotion because of that. I could see that, honestly, if that happened.
Also, you left a key detail out of this, and I'm not sure if you did it on purpose or not, and you can cut it out later if you'd like. But he was visiting illegal adults drinking bar.
Red light district type.
Kind of ish, yes.
Yeah, he also denied that, saying like they just told me to show up here and I did. That was his statement to that.
Well, I mean, you know, look, I think the biggest consequence of this is his image.
Of course, because he had like a squeaky clean image previously.
Right, his image previously has been, I am clean, I am a hardworking, let's go, you know, hardworking shonen kind of vibe. And it turns out this happens. You know, not the great way to do a 180 concept change, if you will. So
that being said, we'll have to see. Truth will probably come out at some point. Lastly, the sad news. Mnet has confirmed that IZ*ONE will disband in April. The members are expected to return to their respective agencies after disbanding and continue their activities separate. IZ*ONE's official fan cafe, content, and social media will operate until the end of the project. And over the weekend, IZ*ONE held their One The Story online concert over 2 days. The timing of the concert is kind of awkward. The reasoning is the concert felt like a goodbye concert. Like, there was an hour and a half of like speeches at the end of the second day.
Oh my.
that's a lot of speeches.
A lot of crying, a lot of tears.
Man.
The awkwardness is that they're disbanding at the end of April and we're in the middle of March.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
So it feels like there was a goodbye, but there's a month and a half left.
I guess they're saying their goodbyes a little early and will continue to do so for a month and a half.
Yeah, it's very sad. A lot of people are upset on the internet. A lot of people are sad. I get it, right? Like, personally, like, y'all know, I'm a big IZ*ONE fan. Old group. Yeah. I honestly felt that from a business perspective, this was probably coming. Because, like, I get it, right? On the other hand, they are like a top 3 girl group, so that's the unfortunate thing. And of course, you want to see them all together. But from a business sense, I get why the companies want their kids back because CJ takes a lot of money off the top before they do anything. Yeah. Sad though, overall, not a great look. A lot of emotions going around right now. Let's just try to stay level-headed, everyone.
I will admit, like, IZ*ONE does have a special place in my heart because, especially with the podcast, like, they kind of signal our beginnings as a show.
Yeah, we covered the Produce 48. I remember that. Yeah.
The jury thing, that's been a meme since the very beginning, y'all. And, like, remember in the beginning, Doug was like, Wiz one, wise one, how do I say this word? You know,
oh my God, I messed it up the whole episode, dude.
Yeah, I know. We messed up IZ*ONE's name for, like,
Is one, dude.
One, yeah. So, man, it's given, sure, they had their controversies. Sure, there was a lot of unfortunate situations, including this one. But it's a little emotional. It is.
Yeah. All right. Announced comebacks, though. Baekhyun, March 30th. DKB, also known as Dark B, March 30th. 우주소녀, Cosmic Girls, March 31st. Astro, April 5th. Wendy, solo debut, April. Jinhyuk, April. Yoon Ji-sung, I think he came back from the military in April. And then Sejong, a date not determined yet. There was another one. B.I. Hanbin dropped the teaser.
Oh.
I think it's somewhat recent. I forgot to write down the date, but I think it's in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's anticipated, dude.
Now, right?
Yeah, he's solo at a different company, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, though. State of the nation. Do you want sake talk? All right. let me give an update. What I've been watching. So last week I said I was watching ReZero. And I said it was good, not great. Season 2 though, I watched season 2. I'm caught up. It is amazing. Watch ReZero. It's great. Rem was Best Girl season 1. They like a bit of a, actually I won't say it. Amelia though, the white hair girl, the main girl, she's made a lot of strides in season 2. It's great. So shout out to Amelia. How
do you feel about the other girl with the white hair who's like, was it drink the water off my toe or something?
Yeah, so she's like consumed this like tea and it has part of my body in it. There's a thing, right?
Oh right, yeah, that thing. Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's like her name looks like it's enchilada, but it's like enchidna or something. Echidna, that's her name. She's great, dude. She's so funny, dude. Like she's one of the best parts of the whole
so many
season.
memes about the child, man.
Oh no, she's great. The other thing I've been watching, the show Sword Art Online. I know some people, there's a lot of memes about Sword Art. Some people love it, some people hate it, you know. That being said, it's very light. I'm having a good time. I watched season 1, season 2, and the movie after season 2. I'm in season 3, so I'm watching the whole thing.
Very fast, man.
Yeah. Kirito, literally sword god. Guy has so much plot armor, it's ridiculous. He's the strongest dude I've ever seen in my life.
2 swords.
Asuna, very vanilla but nice waifu material. Like she's like the base level waifu. She's great though, you know. She's there. She's nice. Overall though, the show, although it might not have the most stakes ever, and you don't feel like, oh my god, this is crazy, right? Like it's still entertaining to watch, in my opinion, and I'm having a pretty good time watching it.
It's. I feel like it's honestly a very fun, enjoyable show as long as you don't think about what you watch.
I agree. It's
don't think critically about it.
No. You just watch it. You're like, all right, this is like an MMO. They're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like here's a bad guy. We gotta fight him. It's fine.
Right. It's like, ooh, they're fighting now. Ooh, they're in love now. Ooh.
That being said, the amount of effort they put into that relationship is great. I like that so far, though. I think it's nice. Yeah, it's just light. It's nothing too crazy. ReZero is a lot more heavy than that one. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. This one's like, you know, it is what it is. I'm having a good time. I can see why people don't like it though. I get it. Good show. The next 2 though that I want to watch, Jujutsu Kaisen. I really gotta watch that.
Yes.
Good stuff.
And then Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Those are the next 2.
Oh boy.
Those are the next 2 shows I'm going to watch after I finish Sword Art, which will probably be either this weekend, I would assume, the pace I'm watching it, or next week. I'll start watching those. The reason why I'm watching so much, it's not like, I have, oh God, you're going to judge. I used to have a phone arm that I used to film stuff for the podcast channel with, that I used to like do that. So I hooked it up to my bed so I could watch it laying down. I've upgraded. I now bought an iPad arm.
Oh man!
iPad arm.
There's an iPad arm, so I can watch it sitting in my bed. No, it's great. It's great.
No, that's not dangerous. It's a little shaky. Is yours a little shaky too?
No, mine's fine.
Oh, dang.
Mine's doing well.
Mine's shaky. Dang it.
The other thing is, although I'm consuming a lot of anime, I've been working out while watching anime.
Okay, multitasking.
Your boy's on a bit of a diet right now, trying to relieve some of the COVID pounds. Right, I'm on a diet.
I gotta do that.
I'm exercising a lot more lately. One thing I do is I watch anime while walking/jogging, power walking type of vibe. In the last week, I've walked like 22 plus miles while watching anime.
Not bad.
That's a lot of miles.
It's a lot of miles. I've been walking like 60 to 90 minutes a day while watching anime. Like healthy exercise, all right?
Doug, I think the natural next progression for you. I think it's you start learning the language so that you can do it. You can watch while you do other things, and you don't have to have your eyes glued to the subtitles. You know?
All right, bro. I'm not even like close to fluent in Korean. I don't think I could be expected to learn Japanese.
If you watch enough anime, you will learn.
I mean, I'm picking up some words as we go.
Yes.
That being said, I will binge the rest of SAO. I'm assuming I'll be finished by like Saturday, I think. I only got like 35 episodes left. I could do it, no problem.
35 episodes.
And then Jujutsu Kaisen, and then finally Kaguya-sama Love is War will be what's on the plate next.
Y'all want to do the World Cup now?
I mean, you guys could talk about more things.
Ooh.
What do you got going on in your life?
What do I have going on in my life? Man, my life is bland nowadays, dude. I'm wearing a hat.
Oh my god.
Really? Nothing?
Oh,
I got something. If
okay, you go.
worry.
You go. I'll think of something.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess most recently, out of a whim, actually out of a TikTok, a clip that I saw.
You do TikTok now, Anita?
No.
Anita, you TikToking?
I don't. My sister was showing me a clip, and it was from High School Rapper 4.
Okay.
The clip was apparently from this one contestant who, one of the judges, which is Jay Park, he just really supports, like you could see it. He gets hyped for this kid. And it was really funny. And I thought like, oh dang, I kind of want to check it out. Like, how's the show doing? And I kind of want to check it out because I saw the 4th episode. And there's a lot of characters. How should I say it? A lot of people who they're pretty good. They're really young, so young. But there's like a lot of like background stories, some names that people might recognize. Trade L, who signed with Higher Music. The Arc was on the show. No spoilers for the 4th episode, but big things happening with him.
The other kid who appeared when D-Arc first appeared too on Show Me the Money is also there. Yeah, that kid's also
wow.
He was also on the show.
Yeah.
A lot of people who I feel like you might know who they are because they kind of been around TV, kind of. A lot of great background story. There's this one kid. It's really painful to hear his rap because he's talking about the struggle, not being able to eat because he doesn't have enough money.
Start from the bottom.
Yeah.
There.
So it's really interesting. I really like how the judges are really supportive.
Oh, the judges in all the clips I've seen have been getting so hype every time.
Yeah, they really are like supporting them, and I don't know. I
finally appreciate Yumta now.
I feel like in the show, I can really tell his age. I can tell he's one of the older guys.
I think he's like 2 years older than Jay Park.
But I don't know.
Is he younger than Simon D?
A very fatherly vibe.
No,
he's the same age as Simon D.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
I did not know that.
Jay Park, 87.
30-something, yeah.
He's 33 years old. He's a 1987er. Yumta, 1984, 36.
Okay.
Yeah. Same age as Mr. Simon Dominic.
Yep.
As well as Paulo Walto.
Yeah.
As well as The Quiet.
Oh, he's teamed up with The Quiet, so it makes sense.
Daytona, let's go.
Yeah, Daytona. So been looking at that.
I need to catch up. I need to watch that. I actually haven't been watching clips because I wanted to not spoil myself.
There's spoilers, yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, not that I care that much about for. Bay Nipple's here.
There's a lot of interesting names.
Well, okay, I see the English spelling now. It's apparently Vayniful. I was a little scared of saying his name because it literally ends with nipple.
You just said nipple 3 times though.
Well, I mean that's in the name. So what are you gonna do?
Say it 2 more times while you're at it.
Vayniful. That's his name. I'm gonna not say it incorrectly now.
Okay.
Because it's very embarrassing. One thing that I have been doing with my life, I've been consuming a lot of Brave Girls content.
Hey, buddy. Wait, who's your bias?
Yuna, I think. The thing is, it changes. Yeah. It doesn't stay the same.
It's rotating.
The true rotating door, this group. Jesus. I don't know, man. I feel like they represent a lot of what's anti-K-pop nowadays. I was quickly talking about this, break. Yeah. But they're doing a sexy concept, which is has been kicked out of the meta for a couple of years. They're old.
They're old.
Not old, older.
They're older than their.
I have Nunas in this group, dude. That's how old they are.
They're old Nunas for me, by 5 or 6 years or even more, because they're late 20s, early 30s.
That's great.
No, I think that's really cool. No, I think that's really cool. They have broken that entire concept of the older you are, the more difficult it is to succeed. The whole what's Yokjung in English? chart reverse going up thing, they've pretty much written like a standardized textbook example of that. A lot of people are looking towards Kyungso, that person we discussed a couple of weeks ago, where the pattern of her going up has been kind of controversial per se.
Yep.
So given all of that and the whole narrative and like and how much support it has with the general public and like how much it especially makes sense too, right? Because like sure, people are saying it blew up right because of YouTube algorithms and whatnot and TikTok and whatnot, but I also see it as like a big antithesis to what people haven't liked about the idol industry. And another part, one more thing I wanted to mention was like a lot of people, regardless of how you feel about the current situation, a lot of people were not happy with the things that happened with Hyunju in April. That has honestly bled a lot into how people feel about the entire industry in general for a while. The
Just in general.
Right. They were like, these people are too young to do idols. Get them to a mentally stable age first, and then debut. Which, in the case with Brave Girls, I think they debuted after completing high school, all of them.
Interesting,
right? So, so far, so good. Really digging it. They're kind of funny. Seeking, really funny girl. I don't know, man.
They're also like really self-aware at the situation they're in.
Yeah,
and how fortunate they are, and they're very like gracious about everything. It's a good vibe. Shout out to Brave Girls. All right. What are we doing this week, Warren? What did you prepare for us?
Well, the full official title of the World Cup is Best Weapon for a Zombie Apocalypse, but you're not in a video game or a movie. World Cup.
All right. Let's get that on the screen. Let's take a quick break. 3, 2, 1. All right. First pairing. What do we got, Warren?
All right. We got 1,000+ Lego pieces versus a soup ladle.
These are some shitty weapons, dude.
Easy.
I know, right?
Soup ladle. Soup ladle.
What? No.
What are you talking about?
Realistically speaking, we got a soup ladle. How many times do you think you can whack a zombie with that?
Plenty of times.
Here's the thing.
It's gonna bend.
We have two types of weapons here, if we think about it, right?
Right.
Weapon A, the Legos, is more of like a get away from me while I run away, right? Weapon B, soup ladle, is like I need to hit this guy in the head to break the brains, right? Because that's how zombies work.
Right.
I think that the Legos are more effective in what their purpose is than the soup ladle. Because you bang someone in the soup ladle 3 times, it's going to break, probably.
Right. It's look at that soup ladle. It's very thin.
But it looks quite sturdy. It looks like some sort of...
Anita, I can build a soup ladle out of Lego if I really
I
wanted.
hate soup. Sorry.
But to be honest, I
You
feel
think you're gonna drink soup in a zombie apocalypse?
you could.
Actually,
But, okay.
Yo, that's a nice soup ladle, actually. Look, it has a drain thing on it. Look,
Yeah,
it has a drain
quality
thing.
ladle.
That's
But
a
the
nice
thing is,
ladle.
when I look at the Lego pieces, I feel like those would hurt if you step on it, right? But these are zombies. These are not people who can feel pain, So I feel like it wouldn't be as effective.
True.
I don't think they would
That's a good
fall
point.
down and cry if they stepped on a Lego.
You think zombies would cry?
I don't think they would, so I don't think
you
it
don't
would be
think
an
they would.
effective.
Okay, Warren, argue for the Lego pieces.
I mean, no. For me, it was honestly the Lego pieces because you can set up a nice barrier until someone comes to rescue you. That soup ladle, sure, it looks like you can hit people with it. How many times do you think you can hit people with it before?
Honestly, that's okay. So here's like a really weird thing that I'm gonna reference. When I was growing up, right?
Okay.
I did tap dancing. One of our tap dance had to do with cooking, right? That was our gimmick.
Okay.
We had, and then at some point we did a little percussion on the ground with like, kitchen utensils, right? As a prop.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's like spoons, ladles, things all got destroyed. Like real quick. No, like we had to keep replacing them. Like straight up, we had to replace them real quick. This soup ladle just ain't gonna last. These Legos though are forever.
Anita, think about the soup ladle you have at home. I assume you have a soup ladle.
I do.
Yeah, we got one.
Is it? How sturdy is it?
Pretty
mine
sturdy.
Is plastic. Mine is plastic. if it's gonna be plastic anyways, I'd rather build the ladle myself. Have other possibilities. You know, I could build a slingshot.
Anita, I believe that we're gonna get better weapons, so let's just pick the Legos for now.
I hope so.
All right. I hope we do it.
Round 2. A Motorola Dynatac versus
Oh, that's a hard thing, dude.
a real gun, but it's really loud and all the zombies will come your way immediately because there's no silencer.
So there's a
It's like
book.
The Walking Dead.
There's a book called The Zombie Survival Guide, which I have read. Right?
You read that? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I read that, dude.
Why?
One of
What's anime instead?
one of the main points of that was like sound is such a big deal when you're trying to survive a zombie apocalypse, right? Because
Right.
like if they hoard, you're done, right? Essentially.
Yeah.
Guns are nice. That phone's kind of dumb because you know how close you're gonna have to be to hit them with this phone.
It's essentially like a brace, honestly.
It's a
That's what it
brick.
is.
Here's the thing. I know the gun is loud and the zombies will come your way when you shoot it. But at the same time, during a zombie apocalypse, we're also dealing with humans.
Oh, The Walking Dead.
That's true.
And that's why, like, the gun, even if we have no bullets, is like we confront with it, you know? If we walk
True.
up with this phone,
Last resort.
no one's going to believe we have phone connection.
That's
Like,
true.
I
Also,
think that's
that phone was released about 30 years ago. Good luck getting connection with that.
that's
dude.
why I think the gun's better. Just like as also the gun, you could also hit things in the head with it because it is.
See,
The
right, that's what I was gonna
Walking
think, right? Because
Yeah.
like, let's think about hitting it instead of shooting things with it.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Motorola Dynatac, you don't have any more range. The gun, however, it's essentially a big sword, you know, that can also
Versatile.
shoot things.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you could also just start whacking things in the head with the butt of the gun. And
right. I have a little bit more range here to play
Also,
with.
that specific gun, an AK-47, does really well in dirty situations. Don't ask how I know this, but it's
I'm surprised you even knew the
How do you know this?
I don't know if it's specifically an AK, but it's of the AK line.
It
and
is
that's
actually an AK-47.
that's a very good gun for like desert situations or any dirty situations. And an apocalypse feels like it's gonna be dirty. Let's choose the AK-47.
Oh, you meant literally dirty, like hygienic.
Yeah, like any like dirt and grime, it's good in those.
I thought you were making an adult joke. Round 3, electric scooter versus a squeaky toy hammer from Korean variety shows.
All right,
Scooter.
the scooter we can at least use as a bludgeoning device.
Have you guys had an electric scooter before?
I've had scooters, but not an electric one. It's
Yeah,
heavy.
not electric.
It's like impossible to like hold up with 2 hands. It's gonna roll around everywhere.
Well, I was feeling oh wait, this is the type that you can't fold either.
Yeah.
Crap. This is a.
I know
Son.
those are actually very difficult to like.
No, it is.
but
Yeah,
I mean, can't you use it as a getaway type? If
no,
you
we're talking
really
about
need to?
weapons, Anita. Like zombies are coming. What are we gonna use?
okay.
Well,
Let's even if we could use it as a getaway device. Good luck trying to get electricity.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks really sturdy though.
Here's the thing. We take the scooter, right?
Yeah.
We take off the bottom half with the wheels, and we just use it as a metal pipe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you take it apart.
Yeah, and then we have some useful parts out of this.
Oh, what? You could have 2 swords just like Kirito.
Yeah, I know. And you get the waifu Asuna too if you got double swords, fam. Just say it.
That's how that worked.
I mean, bro, like spoiler, like he gets the girl in 10 episodes. Absolutely bonkers. But you know, I feel like also if we get the scooter, we use that bludgeoning device. We also all of a sudden get wheels. Like wheels are just useful for things.
Yes.
I guess true.
This honestly, the real answer is this toy hammer ain't gonna do anything, right?
Of course
Like,
not.
I think the toy hammer, and a zombie apocalypse is very useful.
How?
In terms of passing time.
Morale.
Right. It could
This is
serve
weapon.
as a toy against as a weapon against our mental health.
What?
And staying friendly with my dear friends.
Also, it makes noise, so it's not useful, dude.
No.
All right, let's just pick the scooter for
All
now.
right, fine.
What do we got next?
Round 4. We have a cherry bullet official light stick versus a mop.
All right, both of these are so bad, dude. Oh my god,
Wait.
dude. Because you know, mop. It's like the one we got on the screen. It's like a plastic handle mop.
Yeah.
It's gonna break real quick, dude.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
Here's the thing.
okay.
what are we trying to avoid? Getting bitten, right? That's the
Right.
the thing we're trying to avoid here.
Right.
At least with the mop, if we're in a hallway, we can create some distance potentially.
Yes.
Cherry Bullet's light stick, I'm just gonna stand Cherry Bullet till I die, apparently. Like, I think that's all we got going for me there.
I think the Cherry Bullet official light stick does a lot in terms of weaponry.
What can I do? What can I do?
It helps me prepare mentally.
Again?
It puts me in mental scenarios where I can practice shooting. And you know,
But as a weapon?
it lets me train for a
Hey,
situation.
If we
where I would
if we
need to
cover
shoot
this
rogue
with
guns.
dirt or black paint, right?
Right?
Someone might think you have an extended mag Glock, right?
I know. Yeah. Think about all the people I could trick into, you know, be like, I have an actual pistol. It's just really red because I like red.
They might think you have a tech, huh?
I know. So it could be traded for other resources. I could trade protection for foods, for clothes,
Hey,
shelter.
mentality is a weapon too. If you come up with that, people might think something's up, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You come up with the mop, they're like, what are you cleaning, bro?
But as self-defense, which one is more effective?
Anita, a mop is taller than you. Good luck trying to, you know.
Hey,
I'm so sorry.
that's not true.
Here's the thing. If the mop was like a wooden handle or a steel handle mop, I might pick it. But like honestly, I think that mop is like completely useless.
Plastic.
It's plastic.
Okay.
Plastic. I can step
All right,
on it and break it.
Cherry Bullet's light stick. Let's go, Cherry Bullet.
Hey. All right, round 5. Non-stick frying pan versus Doug's train whistle.
Frying pan.
I'm surprised you
All right,
had
let
it
me feel how hard this is. Oh,
God, what are you doing?
yo, this is kind of good. This is kind of solid, dude. Here, I'll get an ASMR shot. Ow.
What are you
Okay,
doing to yourself right now?
bro, this is kind of solid.
But it's very small.
And is that bad?
Like honestly, I feel like you could beat someone's brains in with this one, dude.
But
See,
the
Anita,
frying pan.
No. Here's the thing with the frying pan. It's too obvious. You can't hide it. It's just there.
Okay,
You have to
okay.
hold on
Hey,
to it.
But you can cook with the frying
Also,
pan.
Good luck trying to find oil in the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, you don't need oil to
You
cook,
don't
dude.
need the oil. Just heat up the pan.
Actually, it's non-stick, so you guys are right.
Exactly.
Here's also PUBG has taught me that it will protect my bottom from gunshots.
Yeah. It could be
Oh.
a shield.
It's a shield, dude, for your butt.
Wow, you
Or
could
your head.
also be Captain America. Well,
Yes.
if
Bro,
I can make a final defense for Doug's train whistle, I can hide it in my pockets. And if I ever need to whack a person with it discreetly, that is the way to go.
Bro, you could honestly knock someone out with this. I just
Yeah.
hit myself in the head a couple times. It hurt real bad.
I'm surprised you're still here. Do you have a concussion, Doug? Who knows?
Constantly. I feel like we choose the nonstick pen, honestly. Right, guys?
Yes, it's logical choice.
All right. I'm still looking for like a good item here. Oh
All
my
right, a
god.
poster
dude.
tube with your favorite
Jesus Christ.
idols poster inside versus Tickle Me Elmo.
There is actually a clear answer here.
Elmo.
The Tickle Me Almost the better weapon.
I agree.
Exactly.
You know why? Like distraction.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, I was gonna suggest it helps with my mental health, but sure.
No. Like, let's say like we gotta get out of here, but we
yeah.
still like our cover ain't blown yet.
Right?
We set Tickle Me Elmo up, and we throw him somewhere, and he starts making noise, like right, whatever that he does, right? Whatever he does, right? If he does that, they're gonna be attracted to that, and we can get out of here. We can dip.
Yeah. Diversion. Yes.
The poster, though, if it has a jury poster, you know, like we get some
Here's the
mental
thing.
fortitude.
No, it's actually a mental breakdown element because I would be really scared to do anything with it. You get that?
Oh, you want to
It's-
protect it.
Right. It's a prized thing inside the tube. I can't do anything with it. The Tickle Me Elmo, kill Elmo. Who gives a crap?
No, honestly, the Tickle Me Elmo is actually a pretty good weapon. Like I'm
Yes.
thinking about it, it's a sound grenade essentially.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, let's pick Tickle Me Elmo. I kind of like that.
Right? Tickle Me Elmo.
Bro, none of these
wins.
weapons, like we have one legit weapon. So
Round
far.
7, you have a slingshot with 100 ammo and kimchi infinite ammo. So as you can see,
you get
Yeah?
food.
I know it doubles.
Infinite.
It's infinite.
You can subsist off of just kimchi, I believe.
But this is weapon.
Yeah.
And you can
Weapon.
also use it as a weapon. Look at that.
Probiotics, dude. Probiotics.
That's not gonna stop anyone.
Actually, Anita, it has pepper in it.
Yeah.
You can essentially double it as pepper spray for their eyes.
Ah,
Yeah,
right.
and how much they're not gonna be able to see anyways, but it'll.
But the zombies?
So here's the thing. So fishing is close to hunting and like that kind of stuff, right? I've looked through the magazines where they sell like the outdoor stuff. There are some slingshots that like are ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, they're for hunting.
They sell
Yeah.
slingshots with like steel balls and stuff,
jeez.
and they have like a resistance tension of like hundreds of pounds. Like you could kill someone with one if it's a good one.
I mean, sure, that's how Goliath died. I get it.
No, he used like a sling, dude.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah, it's a
never
sling.
mind. Close enough. Slingshot, same thing. Look, my concern with the slingshot is that I've never used one before, and before
It's
the
quite
100
easy, dude.
I don't know, man. Apparently, they're really hard. That's what people have told me.
I think I have that slingshot on the screen in this
Oh.
room.
That
somewhere.
very one,
Yeah, because someone brought it from Korea back for us for some reason.
Oh, dang.
but that I got that from an American website.
Hey, you guys talk for like 10 seconds. I'm gonna try to find it.
Okay.
I'm voting for the slingshot.
I don't know. Like, it's okay. My buddy told me like using slingshots are really, really hard, and he wasted like 60 like balls. I don't know. The thing is, I am physically very incapable. I'm very bad at sports. I like watching soccer. I hate doing soccer. Okay.
Oh, something similar. Yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
Does
Scratch
show
that.
his
This is
slingshot.
from Sedona, Arizona. Apparently, I don't know. It's not Korean.
Sedona.
But look, we got a slingshot, dude.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
The slingshot's the better weapon, right?
I think so. Warren is arguing that his
Kimchi slaps.
his
Yeah.
hand-eye coordination is lacking to use it, but I think
It's pretty easy
you
to
get the
use.
hang of
I
it.
can just throw my kimchi. I have infinite kimchi.
Here's the
I
thing.
can
The
eat it
reason
too.
I would choose the kimchi is because you could eat it, and that would be so helpful. But,
Wait,
like,
really?
Slingshot's better though. Sorry, Warren.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna starve. Round 8. Is it round 8? Round 8. A meat beater and a baseball bat, but it looks like it's ready to break.
Oh,
All right, one of these is way better than the other.
the meat beater. Yeah.
The meat, yo, you gotta beat your meat, dude.
Okay.
Anita didn't get it. I'm not gonna comment on it. Shout out to Doug's mom who's listening.
You know,
Okay.
this dude still doesn't get it. All right. Here's the problem with the baseball bat. We go Louisville Slugger on someone. It snaps like in not a good spot. We're done with that
Yeah.
bat.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit me. I'm gonna
You
lie.
basically have a bowling pin then, and you're gonna get splinters. Not gonna be a good look. This meat tenderizer. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
It looks like it's made out of steel, if not iron.
Yeah, it looks really tough.
Yeah.
That's like ride or die. And I know you got to get close with that one,
Kinda
but
heavy,
like
too.
that looks like it could do some damage.
Yeah.
Like I used to have one because it helps me make pork cutlets. Tonkatsu.
Yep,
tonkatsu.
yep.
And it's low key kind of dangerous.
It's solid, dude. I got
yeah,
one
man.
too.
It also made my neighbors downstairs very angry because it's very loud.
Oh.
But you know what? It's better than a baseball bat that's about to break.
I
Also,
completely agree.
I could make some zombie cutlets, fry it up,
What?
eat it. I think
You
that'd be
would
nice.
eat? You would eat the zombies?
Yeah, bro.
Zombie flesh in Minecraft, Anita. Minecraft.
Yeah, you can eat
101.
it. You can eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It'll
right.
poison me, but I'll eat it.
Let's go with the meat beater. Let's go.
Let's
Can't
go.
believe you
Meat
named
beater.
it that, dude.
I know.
Electric scooter tickle me
Oh.
elbow. I think the scooter's better. Straight up.
You know what the ideal is if we put Tickle Me Elmo on top of the electric scooter and then you push it and then that'd be a perfect
Number one,
distraction.
how is the scooter just standing without a kickstand or anything? That's kind of amazing in itself, right? Number two, though, I think just the fact that the scooter has like components that can be used as weapons is so much better.
Yeah.
Like just the frame of it is like it's useful. It's probably stainless steel.
Yeah. I will be honest, to break the fourth wall a little bit, electric scooter is what I chose on my test run as the final winner. It's it's a wonderful. Look at the beauty of that.
There's so much you can do with that.
I know.
honestly.
There's so much creative freedom.
Yeah.
In a zombie apocalypse, my mental health is of top priority, and creativity helps prevent schizophrenia as well as Alzheimer's disease.
Also,
So,
like,
you
you
know.
get tickled me Elmo, there's a distinct possibility it will go off when you don't want it to. Like, if it's in your
Also,
bag or something.
Batteries
or, like,
will die, I think.
the batteries, like, there's a
Yeah.
lot more that comes with that. Let's choose.
Well, no, Scooter's gonna die. Also have batteries.
Yeah, but at
let's go
least
on.
you can scrap it for parts.
Right,
yeah, you can
that's
still
true.
use it.
All right, what do we got next? Meat beater versus all right, it's clearly the meat tenderizer.
Yes.
You can build a meat beater out of 1,000.
No,
pieces
you
of
cannot,
Legos.
Warren.
Honestly, out of everything we've done so far, this is the most solid thing we have
Yes.
for melee combat. For
That's,
sure.
That's gonna last you a while.
This is my favorite to win it all, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Anita sounded actually angry for the first time.
Yeah, Anita's pissed about Legos,
You
dude.
really like the Legos.
All right.
Non-stick frying pan versus
Or the cherry bullet
lightstick.
lightstick. Clearly the frying pan, guys. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Frying pan.
All right.
Yeah, no, I
let's
can't
run,
argue.
let's
I-
run through the easy
yeah.
ones. Clearly the
Yeah,
frying pan.
I'm not going to continue BSing this. Yeah, frying pan.
All right, this is actually a
Oh.
distinct like debate you could have.
Right. A gun versus a slingshot.
Personally, I have shot firearms in the past. I'd be more comfortable having the firearm. That being said,
But it's loud.
in terms of functionality and what will get you in less trouble, the slingshot's actually probably better there.
I feel safer with the slingshot.
But
I mean, I feel like because the gun can double as a bat as well.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
oh, yeah.
that,
And
that
the
has a big
the
benefit.
intimidation. A guy walks up with a slingshot, you're like, right? The guy walks up with the AK-47, you're like, oh, this guy's serious, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they're gonna get on my side. That being said, if I had an AK-47, I wouldn't be able to sleep
why not?
Oh,
because people are gonna kill me
yeah.
and then take it while I'm asleep. I don't want
sleep.
that.
Don't sleep. Dude.
Well, I need to sleep.
Wait,
That's
are you side slingshot?
I think because of my safety, yeah, slingshot, I guess.
Anita, what are you?
Well, I was just going by the noise factor, right? Because the
True,
gun,
true.
if you use it, it's really loud. Whereas if you use the slingshot, very likely that it won't really make a lot of noise.
Here's the kicker: 100 ammo.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
Not that much.
You're gonna kill like 10 zombies with it.
Also, like, unless this is like a really good slingshot, I don't think we can use this to kill any animals all that effectively either.
It's a wooden ball. Look at that.
Yeah, the one on the screen ain't good. I think the gun's better, honestly.
I vote for slingshot because it
I
won't
vote for
make
gun.
people jealous.
What about you, Anita?
I would vote for gun, but not actually shoot it.
Fair,
It would make
Fair,
sense that way.
fair.
fair.
People will kill you in your sleep, Anita.
Frying pan, AK-47. Here's the thing.
Okay.
I don't think the frying pan's all that good. It's supported by 2 bolts. If we look at it,
That's true.
it's not that good.
I will be honest. I have a frying pan I've used since college. It's about 4 years into the game. It's falling apart. Not gonna lie, it's falling apart. The handles coming loose. I had to redo the bolts the other day. You know, given that, I would probably have a better time bludgeoning people with the gun. Over
Yeah,
the
even
pan.
if you don't want to shoot it, I think hitting people with the gun would hurt more than hitting them
Yeah.
with the frying pan.
But,
I agree.
But the shield factor of the frying pan.
Anita, come on! It's a tiny.
It's a 12-inch frying pan.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about the gun. Like, that AK-47 is actually a pretty heavy gun. How do I know? I
Oh,
don't know.
that's true.
It's pretty heavy.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, let me look up how heavy it is real quick.
You know what? No, I will work out and make sure I can handle the gun. I will choose the gun.
Okay, it's not even that heavy. It's like 8
Is it?
pounds. Or
Oh, it's
something.
not too bad.
Yeah, it's 7.7. I think it's just better, like, in general.
Yeah, life isn't a fantasy. It's not a video game. I choose the gun as well.
All right, boom. Last up. Oh no, we got second semifinal.
Second round of semifinals.
Scooter.
Electric scooter versus
Oh.
meat beater.
This is actually interesting because you're basically choosing between a pipe and a hammer, right?
Right.
Mallet.
Different types of metal.
Here's the thing. The electric scooter is most likely made out of aluminum,
It can
aluminium.
bend. Yeah.
It can bend, and it's also like this specific scooter, it's probably not the most durable metal ever. It's not like a lead. It's not like a pipe, you know?
Right.
If it was just a straight up 3-foot pipe, I think 3-foot pipe would just win this whole thing, right?
Yeah, because isn't it made to be a little bit lighter too?
It is. This is
Right.
like probably tungsten something like.
Oh man, you know your metals.
Yeah, dude.
Very sexy. Also, I feel like aren't the feet parts the bottom things
Here's
aren't they
the,
like plasticky?
it's plasticky, but the reason you would choose the electric scooter is because it has a battery.
Okay.
Because you can use that. No, you could just use it. Like it has the problem. The good thing about the scooter is you get other components with it. But in terms of pure weapon, the meat tenderizer is, I think, way better.
Man,
For
I
just
think it
weapon.
will last you.
I feel like if we were all about breaking things apart for different components, Lego should have won a long time ago. Therefore, I am I'm choosing Meat Beater.
You're gonna beat your meat. I got it, dude. Okay.
Tenderizer.
All right,
Yeah,
final round.
tenderly beat the meat. I love it, Warren. Yeah.
What?
What, are you gonna hammer people with a gun, or are
Alright,
you gonna
finally-
tender people with a meat beater?
Finally, we got the AK-47 versus the meat tenderizer hammer thing.
This is hard. This is actually really hard.
If you had both of these, that's actually a decent setup, right?
You could
Like,
survive
that's
quite
true.
a bit, yeah.
if you had both of these, like here's what I read. Like the ideal thing is you have like this AK and then you have like a steel pipe, right? Those two things would be like a great combo, or like a fire axe and the AK, great, right? One of these is way more effective at killing things, right? The AK's sole purpose is to destroy things, right? That's what it's made for.
It's more
Right.
accurate.
The problem
too.
with having that is that you need a specific caliber of bullet that you probably won't be able to find in mass. Although we're in the United States, so you might be able to.
Zombies come your way. The zombies come your way.
Zombies are going to come your way, so you have noise concerns, but at the same time, you can use it as a bludgeoning item, and it can be used in other facets for intimidation and stuff, right?
I feel like we also can't ignore the intimidation factor of this meat hammer, if you will.
Okay.
If you have seen Old Boy, you know? The whole hallway scene with the hammer really goes far, man. Like,
So, Anita, you've seen Walking Dead, right? Or at least
I've
some
seen
of it.
clips. I haven't seen the whole season.
Which do you think would be better?
Well, see, from what I remember of my very small knowledge of the show, they have guns, right? But they don't resort to shooting unless very, very necessary, right?
Yeah.
right.
So I feel like if you follow that rule, where you're not going to use this unless you have no other way out, it kind of makes sense, because a lot of the problems arise from like human to human interactions, and
I agree.
that kind of intimidation might help.
Here's the thing. Like I'm going to be team AK-47 just because of like I would be way more comfortable having that than the other one on a personal level. That being said, I do think gaining the sound is obviously terrible because it is a very loud one. Number two, you're gonna run out of bullets with it. But at the same time, I can do what I do with the meat tenderizer with the AK if necessary.
Also, the distance you have to be to your target. Different.
Well, the thing is, I'm not trolling with this. I'm actually pulling out a serious argument. Is that when you have the gun, people are gonna be jealous of the gun, and they're gonna value you as the gun. Like that's all. They're gonna look you at. They're gonna look at you, and they're gonna say, "That is the gunman."
A target.
Without the gun, he is nothing. That's what they're gonna think of me as. The hammer, dude. People aren't gonna think high key of me, but it's low key like a really good weapon. You know,
More
like that's-
subtle.
Right,
I feel
more
like you
subtle.
put yourself way more at risk though by having just a melee thing.
It's okay. It's better than like knuckle braces, for example. Though, like, sure. You can get rid of things from a distance, but at the same time, with the meat hammer, I have a much better time of attacking people up close. So like it's I think it's a give or take situation here, and therefore I am voting for
Are your team hammer
the pork
time?
cutlet maker.
I'm team pew pew pew. Anita, which team are you? Oh wait, we said we weren't gonna make Anita choose ever because it's gonna take forever.
Well,
Anita,
Dang
you were leading towards team gun, right?
Yeah, I guess.
oh no,
It
Anita.
seems like
not
it's
again.
more possible to.
Anita, you've never used the gun before.
Anita,
I don't intend to,
if
but
you
I
come,
feel like-
if you come to New Jersey, We'll go take you to the shooting range and you can shoot that thing.
I'm okay. I don't need that experience.
Why not?
Well, now you do.
On a personal level, not to get all political, I think that once people do shoot a firearm, you gain a new understanding of it, and it opens your perspective on them. That's just a personal anecdote. But hey, gun has won. Let's go, guns.
Dang it! I wanted to make my pork cutlets.
All right. Let me switch back to the other setup. We go boom.
Boom,
We
boom,
go
boom. Boom. Rolling.
Let me get the script because I just have like AK-47 on Wikipedia instead of the script right now.
Oh dear.
All right, let me go towards the bottom. All right, next week, the songs we have are Thursday, we have Super Junior and Drippin'. Oh no, that's Tuesday, so that's tomorrow. Wednesday,
Yes.
Weekly, Jesse,
Weekly.
and the debut of Mide from, I believe that is from DSP, is where Mide is from.
Oh, wow. What a
And then
name.
on Saturday, there's an ITZY special song for Midzy. I don't know what that's going to be, but it seems like a fan song. If it's a fast song, maybe we'll cover it. If it's just like a ballad or something, probably ain't going to be covered, to be honest with you. But this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today, as always. It's been fun. You know, zombies, interesting. Meat hammers, interesting. We'll see you guys next week.
Tenderizers.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons. Based Mina, Delmonic, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jacob, Luke Daniel, Mafiar, NJ Parks, Chris, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Mafiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.